Hello everyone. Today's lesson is about how to draw a one-point perspective. So I'm going to start now with this. The point with perspective is that it's creating the illusion of space and depth. And it's very, very good for adding realism into your picture. So we're going from here. This is the horizon line. That's the line that you see with your eyes when you're looking at something in the landscape. And we draw a couple of lines from the vanishing point here, the VP vanishing point, and we project it outside. So I'm just going to do a very simple drawing just to demonstrate how easy this system is. It's easy to master too. It won't take you very long, and you'll be very surprised how much your art improves, especially if you like drawing a landscape, for example. Okay, so we do a couple of vertical lines here. Just bring them up, and we just go across on a horizontal line. So with one-point perspective, the only lines that are going to that vanishing point are from the side lines, if you like. So now that we've got that, we can project another line to the vanishing point and another one. I'm just doing this freehand. It's a very easy system. Now say this box or cube is about that deep, and we do another vertical. Okay, so we're starting to form our cube already, and it's in perfect perspective. A great system for being able to produce interesting work which is looks more professional. I'll just shade this in here a bit for you so you can see, give it a little bit of solidity or a little bit of realism. The thing with this one-point perspective, there are many things that we could do with it, and we know that it's going to work. Okay, so that's the basic point. Now, what else could we do? Right, well, start with another vanishing point on the horizon, and we'll do a couple of verticals. We're still looking at the basic cube arrangement, but we're going to do something a little different and hopefully a little bit more interesting. So we'll draw a square, more or less square, approximate, and we'll just project from here, come out a little bit, project from here. So see if you can guess what I'm going to draw, because we're looking inside that cube now. Okay, so here we go. Do another line out from the vanishing point, come up here. Right, so now do a vertical line. So try to remember when you're drawing that when you're drawing a one-point perspective, the vertical lines are always 100% vertical. They don't slope over. When you're drawing, it's a bit tricky sometimes. You have a tendency to make them lean. You just got to fight against that tendency. So isn't it a simple system for you? I think I'll make this one a little bit darker for you now, just to see what we can make out of this. Now at the moment I'm just drawing freehand. Later on we'll use a ruler to be more accurate. Okay, so imagine, what could we do with this? Let's take this out. And just firm it up a bit. Any ideas what we could make with this? Just try to think, use your imagination. Don't worry if you're not quite sure. It's okay, because I'll show you in a minute what we're going to make. This is very handy if you're interested in writing children's stories, if you're interested in illustration. So we can make a room. Here we've got a doorway. Here we can have a person standing at the doorway. Doorways are very handy for drawing figures to look in proportion and real, because you can see the average person standing at this doorway could be about that height in relation. Depends if it's a young guy, about 12 or 13 say, he might be about that high, and an adult might be a little bit higher. So we've got a little story coming up. Okay, so we could have some kitchen cupboards. Take that out, and using that vanishing point once again, we can join the cupboard to the back wall there. You see, we're always going to that vanishing point. Okay, so now we've got a kitchen cupboard. Put some doors to give a bit of realism. I won't take a huge amount of time with this, because I want to go on to another aspect of the one-point perspective. Just incredible potential you can use in this. Okay, I might just put an old refrigerator. I have a story which has a very similar scene. So refrigerator might go up to about there. Okay, so that's, and one more thing we might use is we could have a window, just to, this could be interesting. We could have a window with some curtains, and it's a lovely sunny day, and I'll take it a bit higher. Just realized we can make a feature of this horizon in the background. So there's the curtains, and there's the background we can see outside. So that's another really great thing we can do. We can project upwards. That's so going up pretty high. So the good thing about this is that, you know, these boxes, you can turn them into anything if you just use your imagination. Once you're skilled at this, once you've practiced, you can turn it into anything. So we might have two vertical lines here. And we can get the side of the box in here. If you do it too far out, it will be distorted. So not too far out, just like so. If we want to make a box with sort of two sides or three sides, you would use two-point perspective, and the next video I make will be about two-point perspective. Right, so there we are. We've got, now using your imagination, you could use that box as a frame and you could turn it into an aeroplane. But just to be silly, I'll turn it into something else. And it's just something we all enjoy looking at. It's a dice, or a die, I should say. Okay, just one over there. Bit of fun. Okay, maybe do some shading. I'm not taking a huge amount of care. What we need to do is to just show the basics, the horizon line, the vanishing point, projecting out and forming our basic shape. So we can make an ordinary cube, we can make a room. We could turn this room into a cinema, a theatre. We could turn it into anything. We could make it if you're a designer, you might like to turn this into some kind of room which is for displaying something. It could be a fashion show or something like that. Okay, so we've got lots of potential. Okay, I'm going to come down here, and we've got another horizon. And I'm going to project out here. Now I'm going to show you something really helpful for you. So here's the railroad tracks. I'll just rush through. I don't want to take too long with this because we want to get on to the main part of this video, which if you come back at the end, you will be seeing something which I think you'll enjoy very much. Okay, I'm going to show you an important point now, and I want you just to bear with me, just concentrate and focus on this. It's not hard, but imagine we've got this railway line. Sorry, I'll just make a slightly better line. Okay, we've got this railway line going into the horizon at the vanishing point. So I want to put a row of poles coming down here. So how can we do that? I want to make them so that that looks real. Okay, so what we do, very interesting, is just take a line to that vanishing point. Okay, so you can see we've got a line which this horizon happens to cut through the middle, and I did that on purpose because no matter where it is, even if it was up here, even if it's up here, the pole that is, we could, what we do is do and why don't I do that? So you're not confused. Yeah, okay, I will do that because this will develop it even better, because it's a very important point that we make now. Okay, so we divide this into two. We come down here. Now here's the magic of this perspective system. We've got the two poles in place. These are spaced by eye, how you feel it might look, but I want to get accurately coming down here. And if we were drawing this with a ruler, we'd see even better. So you take a line from here, you come down to the halfway point, you continue on, and there's the next pole there. Isn't that great? You can guarantee your picture will improve so much. Same thing. It's quite easy, and you know that these poles are going to look great. I might jazz this picture up and just give you a little mountain range in the distance, something like that. Okay, so we can do one more. Yeah, I think you get the idea now. So just keep going down, and those poles will recede into the distance to become very small. Okay, so you might be asking, well, how do you do the railroad, the sleeper on the tracks? Okay, anyone guess? Okay, it's a simple system also. You just do it that. Instead of doing it vertically, you do it horizontally. Same thing. So we come from here. We come from here, we go there. Okay, and that gives us that one. Of course, these sleepers won't be as far apart, and you can easily just fit something in there. You'll see what to do. And so forth, and we'll go down forever down there. Okay, I might rub this out so that you can get the idea even better, hopefully. All right, one more thing. Let's have, it's late afternoon, let's have a little shadow coming from here. Okay, so we can have that shadow. How do we do the other shadows? Same system. Okay, so just come back to your horizon, your vanishing point. And likewise, halfway, more or less. Of course, you can see you don't actually need to do that system, but you do it for practice because you've already got the position for these guys. So that's the magic of perspective. Simple one-point perspective. It's the easiest of all of the perspective family, and it's very foolproof. Once you master this, your pictures will be infinitely better. Because you'll know how to create space on a two-dimensional plane. So I could go on and make an old rickety fence and do the same thing, but I think you get the general idea. Well, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I went ahead and did a little bit more finished picture here, but there's so much scope and potential. I really recommend that you practice and practice. It just gets much easier and better. I've got a couple of books just very quickly. I just like to talk to you about just very briefly some of the books I have. Perspective for Artists. It's very, very detailed. It's not quite for beginner level, I would say. Freehand Perspective, a lovely book. Very lots of tips on how to pose your subject and how to look through. It's an Edwardian period person, and very helpful book. It's interesting. It's all in freehand, of course. This book here, for anyone who's interested in cartooning or manga or that sort of thing, you'll find some tips. I think it's a pretty good book myself. I really enjoyed reading it. But if you're a beginner, I recommend this book. It's available from Dover, and it's a terrific book, Perspective Made Easy, and it's very simplified. It's lovely, and it'll go through all aspects of perspective. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video, which will be about two-point perspective. I'll do several of these. One-point perspective's not over yet. I'll just see how much people need to know, if there's anything further. So if you could make a comment what you'd like me to do if you missed something in this lesson, and please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It's very helpful for me. It's very supportive. Thank you very much. Goodbye.